Welcome to Friday Night Rivalries. Tonight, Southeast Guilford is our living room for the big game. It's the number 6 Southeast Falcons taking on the number 8 Eastern Guilford Wildcats. And you can see all the highlights right here on Friday Night Rivalries. Welcome to Friday Night Rivalries. I'm your host, Walter Johnson, and tonight we have a great one for you. We have number 6 Southeast Guilford coming in at 6-1, taking on number 8 Eastern Guilford. They come in at 6-2. Both of these teams are built similarly. As a matter of fact, Southeast coach used to coach for Eastern Guilford's Doug Robertson. They know each other. They're very familiar with each other, and they have similar styles. For Eastern Guilford, Dominic Graves, is the trigger man. He's the man that does it all. He has 1,012 yards passing, 6 touchdowns passing. He has 536 yards rushing, along with 7 touchdowns rushing. But he throws the ball to a guy named Nick Cheerley. Nick Cheerley, 31 receptions, 328 yards, 4 touchdowns on the season. That's how they get it done. Southeast, they get it done collectively. No one man is bigger than a team. Ryan Douglas is the trigger man, but he only has 604 yards passing, only has 178 yards rushing. But they do it as a team. They're a no-name collective. That's what they do. They get together and all 11 men do their job. Now on defense, Trey Caldwell, Trey Love, they fly around, they intercept the ball, they cause fumbles, they make tackles, they do it all. So tonight, it's going to be incumbent on the Treys and Justin Guy to shut down Dominic Graves. If they can do that, then Southeast has a chance. My prediction, Southeast 24, Eastern Guilford 19. You can see all the first half highlights right here on Friday Night Rivalries.
Number 3, Chad Stevens. Ryan Douglas on the field. Number 1, the play, recovered by number the receiver carry out got it and he 2 points away to no good. Eastern 19, Southeast 7.
Welcome to halftime. I'm your host, Walter Johnson. In the first half, Eastern Guilford solidly ahead 19-7, and they've been balanced. Defensively led by Alex Gawanda. He has a touchdown. Offensively, they've been led by Graves. Dominic Graves has 59 yards rushing and a touchdown, and also Adam Atkins, a 36-yard touchdown run for Eastern. They're up 19-7. Brent Apple has been the one bright spot for Southeast. He has 50 yards receiving. So, stay tuned for all the second half highlights right here on Friday Night Rivals.
A second on the gun of 14. Remains Eastern 19, Southeast 7. Tonight's 50-50 raffle is sponsored by the men's basketball team and the women's soccer program. So I want to get your call. We're Recovered by the Falcons. That was a pass. It's the ball carrier number 1, Dominic Gray.
Welcome to the Sincere Automotive post-game show. I'm Walter Johnson. I'm with victorious Coach Doug Robertson. Coach, 19-7 win tonight over a guy who coached with you last year, Kennedy Tinsley. You all separated yourselves a little bit. How does it feel?
Well, just feels so good for kids. You know, we challenge them to work so hard. And their kids do too, and they find out that somebody has to make them up. I thought our team came prepared, and I thought we executed the game.
Well, you all played great on defense. You turned them over 6 times. What was your scheme coming in to stop Southeast?
I felt like we had to stop the run first and contain their passing game. Doug was scared of the ball so well, and the receivers catch everything and run good routes. So we felt like we had to control their passing game. We had to stop the run first. I think we established that early, made them throw the football, and they keep it going.
Right. Your defensive backs have shown all year long that they cover about anybody that they have to play against. 4 picks tonight. What did you tell those guys coming in? Because you know Ryan Douglas is throwing the ball about 20, 24 times a game.
Well, you know, they like to throw deep balls. You know, we know that. They throw underneath stuff too, so we just have to be solid. You know, we have to read the routes and make sure we keep everything in front of us. That's kind of our MO. Keep everything in front of us and make tackles. You know, and make them drive the field. We didn't think they could do that on a consistent basis. The defense really carried it out.
Coach, congratulations on a big win. You all are now 7-2, kind of in the driver's seat. Where do you go from here?
Well, it's got the next biggest thing now is next point is so long. It's cliche, but the next one's most important. This game doesn't matter if we lose next week, so we got to make sure we're fast.
Coach Doug Robertson will be right back with more player interviews. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the post-game show again. I'm Walter Johnson with the victorious Eastern Guilford Wildcats with the quarterback, Dominic Graves. Dominic, good game for you tonight. About 90 yards rushing, just over 20 yards passing, but it wasn't so much about the stats. It was more about the way you managed the football game tonight. Talk to us about what your game plan was coming in for Southeast.
We knew they had an explosive offense. If they busted out a big play, then it would hurt us really bad. So we focused on just being able to get drives and get down the field and get first downs to keep the clock running and being able to we weren't really focusing on scoring a lot of points. We just focused on getting through the game and getting it done.
But normally this is your main guy. He's got over 300 yards receiving. Weren't able to get him in sync tonight, but you all were still able to run the football. Talk to us about what you all had to adjust to.
We had to adjust to they would line down in the 3-man front, and then they bring the outside linebacker down, and they were doing a lot of switching and stuff. So we just had to be able to communicate with the offensive line so they know the check that they had to do.
Great game tonight.
Appreciate it.
And now we're here with our spare time entertainment player of the game, Nick Chili. Nick didn't do a lot offensively, but 2 big kicks to stop Southeast when they were going. Had a great game defensively. Talk to us about you all's scheme against them because they like to throw the ball vertically.
My scheme, basically, it was to watch the receivers and watch their body language and see where they were going. I would pick up and see where they were going after, like, the first 2 series, and I would just be able to be in the right position at the right time.
Well, you all, with this win, have separated yourselves. You're kind of in the driver's seat as far as the conference is concerned. You're a team leader. How did you prepare these guys to come in for this week, being in such a big game?
I prepare my guys basically by, in practice, we do scout team. We just basically bust their butt every play, every down, hit, grind, and make sure they don't stop.
Folks, again, the Spare Time Entertainment Player of the Game. You'll have a chance to vote for Nick later on in the season at TEN Web TV for the Friday Night Rivalries Player of the Year. Again, Nick Chili, our Player of the Game. We'll be back with the play of the game right here on Friday Night Rivalries.